What is up, guys? Davey here with Fit On, here to bring you a quick body weight burner. We're gonna start with 3 movements on the floor as part of a warm-up, and then we're gonna get right to it. We have upper body, lower body, and core as part of this workout today. First, drop down into a table position. I want you to extend your right arm and left leg, nice and slow and controlled. As we do so, create a deliberate squeeze at the top, as if I'm trying to punch my hand and feet through the wall. Reach, punch it through. As you fully extend that leg, you should be nice and straight through the arm, simultaneously, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg, nice and slow. Create that squeeze, especially down there in the hips and glutes. Get 2 more, nice and slow and controlled. 1 more, and relax. Now you're gonna bring 1 foot up in a staggered stance, just like this. Lift up the back leg, rotate the hand of the corresponding foot here towards the ceiling, pause, bring it back down, switch. Nice and wide with the stance. Reach, pause, switch. You should get a lot of range of motion out of the hips here, a great stretch. Also a great way to activate some of the core. Let your body know that we're about to do a workout. Reach, pause, back, switch. Nice and wide with that stance. Trying to get that heart rate elevated and a little bit of extra range of motion out of the hips before we hit the ground running here with our workout. Get 3 more reps. Nice and slow, pause, back down, switch. Last 2, pause. And last 1, pause. Good. Now we're going to do what's called a skydiver into a plank. So I want you to pulse twice in this skydiver position. 1, 2, plank. Back down. 1, 2, plank. Back down. Great way to activate the core, not just the front side of the body, but also the back side. If you want to add a little bit to this, go 1, 2, all the way up into a push-up to make it a little bit more challenging. Again, that's 1, 2, all the way up into a push-up, just like this. Give me 2 more reps through. 1, 2, push-up. Last one, 1, 2, push up. Nice. Now we got a little bit of heat and blood flow. Our body's activated. We're going to get into the rest of the workout. We have a core movement, a lower body movement, and an upper body movement. To start off our core, we're going to be in an abdominal bicycle position here. I want you to go elbow to opposite knee. Try to fully extend the opposing leg and attempt, if possible, to touch your elbow to that knee. Touch, touch, touch. Try not to go too fast here. Always opt for more control when working with something like this. Touch, touch. If you can, knee to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Get 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. There's our core piece. Bring it up into a standing position. Now just a body weight squat. Drop your hips and weight back. I like to use my elbows as a nice movement cue to reinforce my squat position so that my elbows can touch my knees at the bottom. Elbows to knees, stand up. Elbows to knees, stand up. If you can't get that low, that's okay. You could always widen the stance and turn those toes out. Generally, that's a nice way to add a little bit of extra range of motion and make this squat a little bit smoother. We're going to finish up these squats here in a little bit. And our final portion is going to be in a push-up position. Give me 5 more squats, 4 more, as continuous as possible, 3 more. Get that depth if you can, 2 more. Last one, and relax. Great job. Now the third movement of that sequence, back down into a plank position now. We're going to try to hit as many full repetition push-ups as we can. If you have to, drop to the knees or do half reps, you can, but try to get as much range of motion as possible with these push-ups, aiming the chest towards the floor, not the head and neck. Here we go. Push-ups. Continuous as much as possible. You can always hold a plank position if you can't do any more, but stay with me here. Try to get 10 more. 9, 8, 7. Remember, you can drop to the knees if you need to. Do half reps. 6, 5, great job. Keep going. 4, work at your own pace. 3, 2, And 1. Great job. There was core, lower body, upper body. Now our next segment. Here, we're gonna need either a bench or a chair or a stool, something that you can do seated dips on as a part of this next segment. Our core move is gonna be nice and slow, back into that push-up position, knee tucks, straight in, straight in, straight in. Not like a mountain climber where we're going fast. Here, we just want a little bit more added control and focus on the contraction of those abs. It's a little bit easier to get those abs to work harder if you tuck that tailbone underneath you. It also helps protect your lower back. So light tailbone tuck, right, left, right, left. Continuous, just like that, as much as you can. Great job, stay with me. You should definitely be feeling these by now. 10 more, 9, 8, great job, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Bring it up into a standing position. Now our lower body movement here is going to be in the form of reverse lunges. Generally, there's a little bit less stress in the knees when reverse lunging as opposed to lunging forward. So step back, relax that back leg. Switch, switch, switch. Alternating left and right. Always, when lunging, relax that back leg. This is my working leg. Now this is my working leg. Sometimes it helps to shift ever so slightly your weight side to side to allow this leg to work a little bit more optimally when doing lunges. Lightly touch that back knee to the ground if you can. Get 5 more. Good. 4, 3, stay with it. Last 2. Final rep. Relax and breathe. Now, we're going to be bringing the bench into play. Again, if you do not have a bench, feel free to utilize a chair, a couch, or any other elevated surface that you can grab onto. You can modify a dip a couple of different ways. Legs straight is the hardest. Legs bent is a little bit easier. And bringing those feet into about a 90-degree bend is going to be the easiest. Do whatever you feel the most capable doing. Maybe if you're not sure, start here and make it easier as you feel like you need to. By keeping the heels down and toes up, it automatically ensures that I'm going to be working a little bit harder in the upper body. Also, do me a favor, press down in a way so that the shoulders finish as low as possible. As soon as you get tired, go flat-footed. Try to continue. Another little thing, keep the lower back close to the edge of that bench or that chair or that stool, whatever you have. Lower back is just an inch or 2 away. Helps minimize any stress and strain on those shoulders. Give me 3 more. Good. 2 more. Last dip. Great job. And relax. Nice. Now we're going to move on again to our next segment. We have abdominal crunches. We're going to start on our mat just like this. My knees are going to be bent. By keeping the knees bent, it generally takes stress out of the lower back. However, I want you to focus the majority of the movement right here in those mid to upper abs. Reach your head and chest, not by cranking your arms like this. Relax your head, relax your neck, even relax your arms. Focus on performing this exercise exclusively with the abs. Not easy to do. Relax the head, relax the neck, relax the arms. Focus on those abs. We're here to really isolate a nice burn in those mid to upper abdominals. Great job. Stay with it. Should be burning. Give me 10 more, 9 more, 8. Great job. 7, 6 more. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Excellent. Our next move, we're going to be bringing the bench or the couch or the chair or whatever you have back into the mix with step-ups. Think of this as a step down, however, as opposed to a step up. We're going to step down, land soft, switch sides, switch sides, switch sides, just like that. Nice and continuous. You could always offset your weight towards the side of that working leg. So I'm shifting here, I'm shifting here to make sure I land nice and soft on that back foot. Make it a little bit more low impact. Pretend like you're landing on a thin sheet of ice. You don't want to break the ice, but you also don't want to slip. Stay light on your feet. Stay moving. We're almost done. Great job. Give me 10 more. 9, 8, 7. Land soft. 6. Good. 5 more. 4 more. Stay with it. 3 more. Land soft. 2 more. Now last one. And relax. Great job. Our final movement of this sequence now, going back to what we did in our warm-up, a skydiver push-up. Here, we're going to try to go as continuously as possible, however. So you're going to lift, squeeze, push up. Lift, squeeze, push up. Notice the tempo here is pretty high. You can always revert back to the knees. You can always revert back right here if you need to. The idea is you want to lift your chest, your hips, your knees, all off the ground at the same time, as opposed to doing the worm like that. Stay with it. Press. Lift, squeeze, press. Lift, squeeze continuously. Give me 5 more reps. 4 more. Lift, press. 3 more. Good. Lift, press. 2 more. Lift, press. Last one. Lift, press. Great job, guys. Excellent work. Obviously, if you want to do more, you can start from the top, rinse and repeat that whole sequence. Excellent job. I'll see you on the next one.